on the world of sports, putting perspectives on some of the biggest sports stories of the week. And this week, there have been quite a number of big stories to talk through, to talk about, put relevant perspectives on. It's been absolutely wonderful week of sporting news all around. We've got a lot to cover here on the show. So, thank you for staying with us and for choosing up. We've got a lot to cover, quite a lot to cover, of course, and we'll be going through them one by one. So what's on the table this week? Well, we're still in the search for a new venue with the hope that we could host the Black Stars against Sudan match here on October 10. That's what it is. The authorities are working feverishly. They've closed down 4 national stadia in the hope that they could put together decent work for CAF to approve at least one of those venues. So that's what it is. And we understand, of course, that CAF is also trying as much as possible to send in people at the request of the Ghana government to inspect these venues and then decide if one of them is good enough to host the game against Sudan on October 10. You've seen images of people working feverishly at the Cape Coast Stadium to try and restore the pitch. We know that Accra Sports Stadium has also been closed down, and the 4 clubs that play there have had to hurriedly find new venues. You've also heard about the news. The first one to be closed down was the Babaya Sports Stadium. Kotoko have moved to Obuasi as a result of that. So that's what it is. And as far as our national stadia are concerned, and the NSA's own competence of otherwise of managing them efficiently, there is trouble brewing in Tarkwa. It's war, really. War. Now, you know the TNA stadium in Tarkwa was only commissioned 2 months ago. The sports minister was there to commission it. And I can tell you that during that commissioning, they handed over the management of the facility to the National Sports Authority. Now, the stadium was constructed by Goldfields. Okay, so a private entity constructed that facility. Okay, and at the commissioning, of course, they constructed it for the community. They handed it over to the National Sports Authority to manage. They didn't make that decision, Goldfields. Of course, that decision was made by government because they handed it over to government, to the community, and the government decided the NSA are the only body mandated and with technical know-how to manage sporting infrastructure. So at their wisdom, they decided to hand that facility to the NSA. Exactly 2 months later, the MCE of the area, the Municipal Assembly of Tarkwa MCE, have forcibly taking the facility, wrestled control of the facility from the National Sports Authority, citing mismanagement as their reason. And they say the NSA cannot supervise this facility. It belongs to the community and they will manage it. And they've done that and put together a committee to manage the facility. This is what they have done. The NSA have responded and they've said that the MCE or the Municipal Assembly has no authority to wrestle control from them for the management of this facility, and they insist that the facility is still under their control. This is what they have said. So it's war. But who has the keys? The MCE has the keys. NSA is in Accra releasing the statement. But the Tarkwa MCE Municipal Assembly have gone to collect all the keys. So we will be going into detail of this story, hear from the relevant bodies and see the way forward and why this has become a major issue. We will also look at the state of our facilities and whether or not there is a chance that one of them could be approved to host that game between Ghana and Sudan on October 10. So there's lots of those issues to talk about. There's Ghana Premier League of course, also this weekend, a lot of the clubs have been massively affected by the closure of the stadia. And then we will wrap up with a conversation on the UEFA Champions League, which returned to hit 103.9 FM. Lots of very interesting games, new format, what have you. Has that influenced the matches in any way? We will look at some of the games that were played and then look ahead to this weekend's action in Euro Leagues as well. There's a big game in the Premier League, and that match is between Manchester City and Arsenal. Two teams fighting for the title, going head-to-head. This is Game Plan, live and interactive on social media. It's streaming on Facebook. It's also streaming on X Spaces as well, so you can listen to us live on Twitter. Just look for the Joy FM handle or the Joy Sports handle is streaming there. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp for us to share with the rest of our listeners. 055-1111-997. That's the WhatsApp number, 055-1111-997. We also have an exclusive interview with Michael Essien. We will play bits and pieces of that interview to you as well. So do stick around. It's a very packed show right here on 99.7 Joy FM and on Hits 103.9 FM. This is Game Plan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
One for the master, one for the league, one for the little body crisis, the league blaster, blah 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 ship. Aviene, yes, star master, 3 by food. One for the master, one for the league, one for the little body crisis, one for the master is talking to the Ghanaians, and 3 for the everybody, which is moving to the Babylon, to all Ghanaians, even though the president of the Republic of Ghana, he also get his vibe to the Babylon system, which is life and prosperity.
Who we are saying a pitch. Pitch. What is pitch? Pitch. Who catch a pitch? Who we also catch a who catch a changes in here, you know. Psychoyan in Tema, Nakabakasa, Kayan, where coach. Master coach, when you're ready, so over here.
Joy.
Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. The show is Game Plan. We are on from now till 3 p.m. The show is proudly sponsored by Petrosol. Petrosol, of course, a delightful experience. And also DSTV, proudly sponsoring this show. We've got a lot more to tell you about these particular entities. But first of all, also a reminder that the Joy Sports Invitational is building up. It's going to happen on October 26th. After 4 years, we are back with the Joy Sports Invitational. It's very much anticipated, and we're ready to ignite the passion of corporate sports enthusiasts across the country. There'll be dazzling display of corporate colors to the electrifying energy of non-stop cheering, to the CEO's penalty shooter, men's football, women's penalty shooter, mixed 4x100 meter relay, basketball shooting, mixed volleyball, women's 50-meter dash, men's 100-meter dash, mixed sack relay, lime and spoon relay, Scrabble, so many more, man. Bring your companies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Bring your companies. All right. Let's have fun. Mark your calendars. It's on Saturday, October 26, 2024 at the University of Ghana Stadium, Legon. We will transform it into a vibrant arena of competition and corporate pride. So make sure you register your company. Okay? Make sure you register your company. Register your company. You can call the Joy FM front desk for more information on how to register. Also, if you would like, call Muftar Nabila Abdullah. Okay? Call Muftar Nabila Abdullah. He's running point on this for us. Call Muftar and register. Okay? Call Muftar Nabila Abdullah and register. All right. Okay, let me just put out the numbers. Okay, if you want to call the Joy FM's front desk, Or if you call this number, they'll transfer you to Mufta Nabila Abdullah. 0549126905. 0549126905. If you want to register your company for this once in a lifetime annual event, just call that number. They'll show you how to register. All right, 0549126905. Joy Sports Invitational, October 26th. That should be exciting indeed. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Sichofe Philip Achirim is back on the show, man.
Sue.
Daniel Cranting is here too. Victor Achutamaklu.
Yes, sir.
What is your signature response?
That guy say yes, sir. Everybody forget. What's your own?
Encumbrance. Mutao, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's begin with the Tarkwa TNA and try and get some perspective on this. Now, I've given you the background on what's happening there, and it looks like it's fire on the mountain. Luckily for us, Achitamaklo is from Takrady. He knows all about what's happening in the Western region. He's friends with the MCE. Yes. The people that have gone to wrestle control, he gave them ideas of where the keys are.
Yeah. But this guy, he started to talk this thing, then not build the place finished. So I'm not surprised.
He was part of the coup plotters.
Yes, I have no doubt. Nobody can convince me Achu doesn't know something. Nobody.
I mean, this is a serious issue.
No. See, you see what Achu they do? You go to hey, the NSA, them shall come out.
Yes.
Come out.
Listen, but Achu, please bring perspective on this. Listen, Goldfields built a stadium for the community. Okay, so you can use it how you want. Yeah. But Goldfields is a corporate entity. They don't want to own the stadium. They've built it as a CSR for the community. The community is a part of a larger government. So then, the government has an entity responsible for managing sports infrastructure. That is the sports ministry, who have an agency, which is the NSA, whose mandate that is specifically. So they call them, they were at the commissioning, they commission, they hand over to the sports ministry, who then handed it over to the NSA. It's been 2 months. What exactly has happened? How badly have they mismanaged the place so much so that the MCE says they are taking the facility from the NSA and now they want the MC, the Municipal Assembly, okay? Yeah. Okay, the Municipal Assembly, the MA, they want them to be the ones running the facility. What has happened?
Okay, let me issue a disclaimer. I was not part of it.
Okay, fair enough.
Now you can say, but it's up to us to believe or not.
Fair enough.
In fact, the last time I spoke to Benjamin Kessie was 2018.
No. Benjamin Kessie is the MC.
Relax.
Yes.
Friend, hang on.
The last time I spoke to him
Achu, hang on.
Uh-huh.
You go explain, I no evidence.
Alright, fair enough.
So,
you had no role in it.
Okay.
But let's go straight to the issues.
Yeah. So,
how did we get here?
A few years ago, Mediama wanted to do something about the Tarkwa Aboso Stadium.
Yes.
A park it was at the time. Mm-hmm. But the facility did not belong to them. It belonged to the community. But what they had were some former directors, former board members who were in certain powerful positions. One of them, who was not in any official role at Mediama but was in government, was Mekuduka, the MP for Tarkwa MCE.
Yes.
And then another was Benjamin Kessie, who then was the municipal chief executive, still is, for the municipality. So they came up with the idea to redevelop the facility. But they hit roadblocks because no private investor wanted to put their money into it because it belongs to the state. So they spoke to Goldfields. When Goldfields sponsored Mediama, they asked Goldfields if they would redevelop the facility for them. Then came the issue of the costs that it will incur. How much it will cost to redevelop that park, and then how much it will cost to essentially build a stadium, because it wasn't a stadium before. So between the budgets that they had and what the Goldfields Foundation had available to spend, there was a bit of disconnect. But through lobbying, particularly Mekuduka, and that's why he will take credits for this particular project, they managed to convince Goldfields. They brought in their consultants. Long story short, Goldfields decided to do it. Okay. And they signed a memorandum of agreement with the Municipal Assembly and the Apinto Divisional Council. That is where the facility is situated.
Sure.
the other side of it was what resulted in Mediama ceding off, excuse me, a certain percentage of the club shares or ownership to the divisional council.
Okay.
They thought that by doing that, they could convince Goldfields that this is a community club and so you can give us the stadium.
Okay.
But it did, far. In fact, the contract itself got terminated eventually, but the stadium project continued. But two things are significant: the involvement of past and present officials of Mediama, and the memorandum of understanding between Goldfields and the Goldfields Foundation and the Municipal Assembly. Now, when this project was almost done, the NSA comes into the picture. They have conversations with Goldfields. And they essentially have a gentleman's conversation and an agreement that they will manage this facility, because they made the case that if indeed it is a gift to the community, and just as you explained in your intro, once it belongs to the state's agency mandated to manage these facilities has to be the National Sports Authority. What they did not have, and I think for those who listened to us on the weekend, in fact, on the day the facility was commissioned on Game Plan, I mentioned that there was a third option of the possibility of a consortium being formed, because all of these undercurrents were existing in the weeks leading up to the commissioning, right? So you have the MOU between the Municipal Assembly and Goldfields. You have the agreement between the NSA and Goldfields, and the fact that there is no meeting ground. There is no meeting ground.
I see.
In fact, yesterday I was told that whatever agreements that exist between the NSA and Goldfields does not in any way, there is no word that mentions ownership. So
They said they also didn't say they own it. They said they are just managing.
Exactly. But this was in furtherance of what is existing culture or convention, that they manage these assets.
Right.
So the facility, you can say, is owned by the Municipal Assembly or the Divisional Council, whatever it is, the community. So this third option of the consortium, right, that was supposed to be the NSA, amalgamation of the NSA, the Municipal Assembly, and some members of the private sector who are actually experts at estate management and will be able to manage the facility on behalf of Ghana. That was the third option that was mooted. But the NSA said, this is a state asset, so we have to manage it. Unfortunately, the Municipal Assembly decided that, you know what, we don't want any problem. So on the day of the event, they kept quiet. Goldfields handed the keys to the National Sports Authority. But the whole time, Benjamin Kesse, Rekuduka, in fact, some of the guys at Mediama, because now the current brands and marketing manager is on the committee, right?
Benjamin
Kofi Edu. He is the whole time they weren't happy and were looking for an opportunity to wrestle back control. Unfortunately for Goldfields, in the past 2 weeks, or in the past month that they've managed the facility, the NSA, sorry.
Yes, in the past
they have not demonstrated a capacity. And I think this is where the issues of mismanagement come in, because they should have anticipated a move like this, because I sit in Accra and I knew that something like this was afoot. What the NSA should have done was, right from the moment they knew they had that agreement with Goldfields, have a plan in place for maintaining the facility. Whatever
hold on, Achu. In the past month and a half or whatever, since they took over the facility, what has dramatically gone wrong?
The same things you see at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Are you serious?
I kid you not. And you see...
But now the NSA statement says that's not true. And this is a very interesting one, because the NSA says that the Municipal Assembly is just only trying to take advantage of some difficulties.
What are those difficulties?
That is it's a fair question.
Friends, in the NSA's explanation, what they will say to the rest of us is that if you go there on match days, those of us, so you have to. Those of us who at least know enough and sometimes have access to the facility, you would realize that if you go there a day before the game or after match days, you would realize that, look, this facility is not in a good condition. Here's the thing. The facility, from the days it was a park, was owned by the community. It was managed by the community. In fact, when it started deteriorating, it was through the neglect of the NSA. That is how come it got to the point where the municipal assembly said, we are going to, you know what, close this down and look for ways of renovating this. So this is their pet project from day one. But just to conclude, to the NSA statements, that the aspects of it that mentions some powerful people, as for that one, I agree with them.
It says the NSA, through this statement, is therefore urging all stakeholders to operate within law and actively support to ensure proper maintenance of the facility and sports development in general in the region and the nation. Should there be any threat to the safety of our staff, should there be any threat to the safety of our staff in the district, the NSA will have no option but to withdraw its staff and close down the stadium.
Friends, you see that part
until it becomes safe to perform our duties in the district.
That part was not necessary.
So
Nobody has
the
threatened
NSA
anybody.
is threatening. This is the point. The NSA is threatening to shut down the stadium if the municipal assembly does not act.
Friends, nobody has threatened any of their staff. Here's the thing.
Hold on. If I am taking care of a facility as the NSA
and, they come and,
and you come and sack me, what
it
does
was
that
a
amount to?
all the
Gentleman sacking.
all the about there are about 8 or so people. All the about 8 or so people who were sacked. Has any of them complained that they were pushed away? It was Boga. You know, get locus for here. Go.
That's
then
the point.
They handed the
but
keys.
they do have locus.
Some of them ran away, so they have. I think.
You see, actually, he said some of them did one.
They ran away.
Yeah, but they're not threatening. Will you run
Like,
away?
some people be fear. You go see run. Like if you give this to somebody go enter, somebody will run.
Just to conclude the fence, the powerful people they are talking about, it is true, right? But I don't think it is fair to say they want to do that for their personal interest. Benjamin Kessie, as I have said, was once upon a time administrative manager of Mediama. James Esilfi, who is on the committee, heads the committee, he's a former chief executive. In fact, he serves on the board these days, although his new role is yet to be ratified. Ebenezer Kufiedu, you know him.
Yes.
Former sports journalist.
He's a
aka
marketing
the governor.
manager now.
Brand's a marketing manager.
For Mediama.
Yes. So you have about 2 current officials of Mediama on that committee.
With the MC being a former staff.
The Deputy Lands and Natural Resources Minister, Mrekuduka, true and true Mediama man. But as I said, it is important to understand that we got here because they said the facility is rotten.
All right.
We
The
need to
NSA
find-
says no. This is the line you're talking about. It says they claim that community members led. This is the NSA statement. Said they claim that community members led by Honorable Kessie expressed concerns over the poor state of the stadium, citing neglect and mismanagement under the National Sports Authority's oversight. Is therefore misinformation meant to cause public disaffection for the NSA. He says what we have done, and rightly so, is to reject efforts on the part of certain clubs, listen, to personalize the use of a national asset which should be made available and accessible to the entire public and all sports, including football. So it's false that the community wants to take over the stadium, but true that certain powerful stakeholders are attempting to personalize use of a public asset for their club. So you can see that this is a fight directly between the NSA and Mediama.
Friends,
It is very clear.
Friends,
Hence the
you and
committee
I-
that they've set up.
you and I have been to the old TNA park. In fact, at least for those of us practicing journalism now, the days when it was collapsing were the days we went there. And it was because the NSA did not manage it well.
Let's hear from okay.
Kofi Edu.
Yes.
No, so let's hear the insert first.
So first of all, this is the NSA with the and Amofa speaks for them. Charles Amofa,
Yeah.
Muftahu's very good friend. This is what he said about what's happening in Tarkwa right now.
I can say this on authority that the facility is still under the management of the National Sports Authority. And so it's a surprise to us that, the MCE is saying that they are taking over the management of the facility. And we are the ones managing the facility. The Sports Act, we've always been managing state sponsors sporting facilities across the country. And TNA Park is no exception. It's always have been under the management of the Sports Authority. So this whole brouhaha, I think these are two state agencies, Sports Authority and state. So I know in the coming days we'll be able to sit down and have a resolution to this issue.
Okay, so he says that they are the ones in charge. The community can come out for there. Kofi Edu is part of the committee that's been put together to manage the facility after they wrestled control from the NSA. This is what he said is the reason they've done that and what they will be doing from now on.
And the Tarkwa TNA's facility is originally a community facility. It is for the community, and the community should have all the benefit out of it. And we will not look on for the stadium to be in that state that the other stadia in Ghana are. So the municipal chief executive, in his own wisdom, realized that if the municipal assembly does not put things together to make sure that the stadium is managed and managed properly, then the state of the stadium will be just like the others that we have in Ghana. So he came up with this committee. Our mandate is just for a month, and we are not actually the ones that are going to manage the stadium, but we are going to come up with a blueprint to make sure that the best practices that is done all over the world is being done here as well in Ghana to make sure that our facility can be in good shape. As I'm talking to you now, if you go to some of the washrooms at the stadium, you just say that is this a facility that has been in existence for only a month old? Because some of the places you cannot even enter because of the stinks that are there. And we think that if we don't get hold of the facility, then we are going to have the facility is going to be in the same fate as the others that are in Ghana. So,
but Eben, officially though, the Goldfields Foundation handed the facility over to the National Sports Authority. When that was done,
it is not what is happening. And since I'm not working, if you attend to a program at the stadium, you realize that for the past 1 month, washrooms are as dirty as you can think of. Most of the aspects or part of the stadium, physical part of the stadium are not functioning. So we cannot sit and wait to see the stadium go bad the way other stadia had gone bad. So we have taken our natural position.
That's the MCE. Before him, you had Kofi Edu, who is joined us on the line now to provide more clarity on this matter. Kofi, thank you very much for joining us. This will be very brief. My question to you is, I'm sure you've seen the NSA statement. They say that all your claims are false and that you are just trying, using powerful individuals, to take the stadium and then put it to the benefit of just one football club instead of benefiting the general public, as the NSA has a mandate to. Is that the plan? Are you guys trying to make this Midiama Stadium? What is it? Because the NSA is attempting to say that that's what you're trying to do. Deny other people from using the facility and put it in the hands of just one club. Okay. Kofi is gone off the line. We'll try and bring him back. Quick thoughts on this, Sicho. I don't know how much or what you make of all of this hilabaloo about this incident, because it just seems slightly confusing. The allegations seem wild. They say that the stadium looks horrible after just 1 month. I wish the NSA would speak to us and tell us the exact state of the stadium, sort of leveling other allegations. They should speak directly to the allegations that they've not managed the facility well in the past 4 or 6 weeks. But the actions of the MCE, your thoughts on this?
Look, it's only because of the nature of the NSA and how bad they've across the country managed every facility under their watch. And so in that statement, when they said that individuals are trying to turn public against them and give them a negative name. You read some parts of the statement that said that. And I was like, nobody really needs to do anything for anybody to know you've not been competent in the last couple of years as an NSA. And if there are genuine concerns, and that is it, they've made the claims that if you go to the facility right now, the washrooms and other things are not great, and that is why they want to rescue this. If those concerns are true, then of course it makes sense for me that the MCE can't sit and watch it go bad again, because we know that the old TNA was due to massive neglect that turned into what it was before this has come. So they can't also sit there and just watch it. Something needs to happen, and so we need to start holding, people or agencies that are supposed to do certain jobs well. And for me, I don't think that. Look, Ghana we are growing, and as we grow, there are many things in our constitution that needs reviewing. I don't think that every national asset that is sporting should be taken care of by the NSA until we know that the NSA is very well equipped. Some municipal assemblies should be able to manage their own affairs, right? So if the MCE is saying that they will manage their own affairs in Tarkwa, leave it to them. What is wrong with it? What is it that the NSA can do that they can do? But even you, the NSA, you get a lot of money from them. You don't do anything. We've seen all the stadium around.
So should AMA also take on Accra Sports Stadium, KMA, Baba Yara, and Tamale Municipal Assembly, Tamale Stadium? Is that
so? We can have a broader conversation about the nature of the infrastructure, maybe the capacity of it, how huge this is. A national stadium, but at a certain capacity. I mean, across the world, we don't have any. You don't have many countries don't have centralized authorities that are taking care of every facility across. They leave it for council, they leave it for city council, town council to generate some funds from them, because they better understand the people,
the local
economy. So we need to start thinking towards that, because it has been proven over time that the way we are running the NSA, the way we think the NSA can be effective, it's not possible. The NSA have proven to all of us. They are part of the reasons why Ghana might not play here in the next AFCON or the World Cup qualifiers here. They are part of the reason. They are big parts of it, right? So we need to start looking at other ways. And for me, I think it's only a matter of time before we find the real finality to this issue. But the bottom line is, if it is true that the facilities are going bad already, then of course those in the community, those who are going to use the facility, can't sit and watch it to go bad. And there is a stronger affinity between Midiama and that facility than for Hearts of Oak and Accra Sports Stadium or Kotoko, and because for the longest time TNA has been Midiama. Like when you think of it, and now that it's been redeveloped, they can't sit back and watch it go bad. So I think that they need to come around the same table again, put together. And I like the fact that it wasn't entirely an NSA job, but they were putting together a team of NSA, a task force, to be able to manage this facility, and that for me is the way to go. NSA alone, they've proven that they are failures at managing these things.
Fair enough. Kofi, Edu has rejoined us on the line, and I just have one simple question for you, Kofi. The NSA's allegation is that you're just using powerful people to take their facility and then use it to the benefit of just one club. But they have a mandate and a duty to put it to the use of the general public. Every Ghanaian should be able to use that facility because it was a CSR project built for the community and not just Midiama Sporting Club. Is that what this is? Or what is the bigger agenda for this?
Is it my brother Fenty I'm talking to?
Yes, speaking.
Fenty, how are you?
I'm very well.
Good. We as Midiama Sporting Club does not control the stadium. And I mean, whatever... let's say dogfight that is going on, it's between the assembly and the NSA.
How did you end up in the community and the committee to manage the facility if you have no role in it?
So friend, apart from me working for Midiama Sporting Club, I am a professional engineer. So if
hold on, a professional what?
I'm coming. If you let me
go ahead.
View, then we can take it up. So, as I said, I'm a professional engineer, and if the assembly is doing something, then they sought for my expertise to come and support them. For somebody that has stayed in the Tarkwa enclave for over 20 years, I cannot say no. So I'm there as Kofi Edu, who is an engineer, And then, even though I'm with the Midiama Sporting Club, it's not Midiama alone that uses the facility. Okay? As I'm talking to you now, Rose Park is going to play there in the next couple of days. Barcelona is here. There's Tarkwa United. And then the facility, as Gophers made it aware, it is for the Tarkwa municipal or the Tarkwa community. So the NSA's argument in the first place is flawed. They should just speak to the assembly and then see why the assembly want to take over, and then leave Midiama Sporting Club out of this.
You use the facility, you work with Midiama. The MCE says if you go there, the stadium is in a really bad taste. He makes allegations about the bathrooms and what have you. From your own, because you're primary occupants of this facility, your engagement with the NSA, did you previously bring these concerns to the NSA about the state of the facility, say the washrooms and all those other facilities inside the stadium before this latest action from the MCE, or this was the first time you were hearing about these? And if you reported previously, how were they addressed, your concerns?
I think in the first place, we should go back to when the stadium was being built. Before the stadium was being built, almost all documentation was signed through the municipal assembly. So all stakeholders' engagement, especially with the communities around, the memorandum of understanding and everything was signed by the municipal assembly. And that is what the document that the MC have made it available to we, the committee members who are working there. And again, to answer your question, for every match, right from the handing over to the GACA Top 4, to the Champions, to the Pinto Cup, everybody who has to use the facility have to do what is called a certain payment or pre-financing to the NSA. Before the NSA can, let's say, weed the stadium, do the field preparation, get water, because one of our key challenge at the Tarkwa the Tarkwa TNA Park is water. The only water available is used to spray the field to make sure that we always have constant water supply for the field. When it comes to the general sanitation for the washrooms and all over, it is connected to Ghana Water, and we all know that there is a serious challenge when it comes to Ghana Water in Tarkwa. So Ghana Water does not flow that frequently, and we've made the NSA aware that we should make sure that as a club, because we cannot keep on pre-financing for you before the washroom will be washed. So that was a major challenge, and because of that, unless they are playing football games there, that is when you see that the chairs are clean, the stadiums, the urinals, and then the toilet facilities are washed. Apart from that, it means that at every point in time that you go to the stadium, there is no cleaning going on there. Yesterday, when we went to the stadium as committee members, we only found only one NSA worker and then one security person being it at post. We asked the gentlemen who were there that where are the rest of the workers? They told us that they are the only people who are there, who are stationed there, and the rest are in Tarkwa there. And what they do is that at any point that we are playing a game, that is when they come. This is not how you manage a facility of $16 million. So there is the basic fundamental challenge. And friends, for me personally, just being like you, I've been in the media business for over a decade before I switched to football management, and now I'm doing my mining. And we constantly, daily say that our management procedure for the various stadia in Ghana is wrong. You've been to the FMB Stadium now, Soccer City. You've been to Cairo International. You've been to Wembley. Wembley are used for concerts, but at the end of the day, they don't build those panels and then those stands on the grass. Do they do that? Why is it that people are doing it in Egypt, they are doing it in South Africa, they are doing it in England, and in Ghana, we are having it wrong? You find a whole NSA making sure that funerals, church services, entertainment shows are done on the pitches.
Eben, has any of that? Hold on.
Atu did a documentary
He
on
did.
the washroom at Accra Sports Stadium.
Yes.
And we also, the nature of our stadium. We are not going to sit there for Tarkwa TNA Park just to be like Kumasi or
That's fair.
Tamale
That's
or
fair enough.
Here, we are not.
Has any of those things happened at the Tarkwa TNA Stadium already?
Not
yet.
Currently, when you go to some of the urinals or the toilet facilities, you will see that it has started developing. And some areas you cannot enter because if we don't put cleaners there, that stench that are some of the washrooms will stay there and stay there forever.
Here's
to prevent.
Okay, when they handed the facility over to the NSA to manage, where did they expect them to get money to do all these things that you're talking about? You said they were coming to Mediama to fund it.
They didn't hand over the facility. So first and foremost, Goldfields, as an international body, didn't hand over the facility to the NSA alone. They handed over the stadium to the NSA and the assembly in trust of the people. And then, just 2 weeks after handing over the stadium, they gave them a seed money.
To the municipal assembly and the NSA.
To use it for maintenance. Aside that, they gave them everything that you would need to manage the facility when it comes to mowers, when it comes to dustbins, when it comes to... So everything that you need, you have it.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much this was?
I will get the actual figure for you. Give me, just after the interview, I'll get the actual figure for you, and then you can use it.
And yet they were not doing the job
to satisfy. Yet, anytime we are playing a game, we need to pre-finance.
That's interesting.
As a facility
all right,
user,
fair enough.
As a facility user, any facility user, you need to pay your seed money, or you need to pay. Let's say NSA says, I am going to charge you 10,000. Just like what is happening in Obuasi, that Kotoko is going to pay 10,000 to use the Lankley Sports Stadium. That is how we should go. Yet still, because of the function statement, a part of it, and all that, the Diema Sporting Club have to always pre-finance. So just imagine that we don't have that money to pre-finance. What is going to happen?
My next question to you is, you are part of the committee to manage the facility. Have you met yet? And what kind of management plan are you intending to put in place to ensure that the facility is managed properly?
The committee has met. We've gone to the stadium as I'm talking to you now. As I said yesterday, they handed part of the keys to us. They says some of the keys are with the regional director. So we've presented our report to the municipal chief executive to handle that so that we can get all the keys. And today we'll have a meeting by 4 o'clock to set up the blueprint. Our mandate is for only a month, and we don't know whether after the month we are going to handle the facility, because the municipal chief executive wants our job to come up with a blueprint that will give accurate details of how the facility is going to be being managed.
Okay.
So that is exactly what we are going to do.
All right,
and
Kofi.
When we do that, we will let everybody know.
Thank you, Kofi. Part of the NSA statement also said that you are threatening their staff, and that they are still in charge of the facility. I have a question for you. Now that you've taken part of the keys, if you see NSA staff there, are you going to chase them out, or what's going to happen?
We are Ghanaian first and foremost, and we are civilized people. So far as we are not in agreement with the NSA for taking charge of the stadium, does not mean that we should fight ourselves. We want the right thing to be done. And we don't want our stadium to be in the state of Kumasi, Esipon, as you cannot even play football.
All right, that's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Kofi, Muftau here, I have a quick question for you. Do you subscribe to the idea that the maintenance of state facilities like stadia should be decentralized?
Perfectly. I mean, I've been championing this agenda since, let's say, when I was in the media. I left the media around 2010. And between the year 2004, 5, 6, that was my agenda, making sure that facilities like the stadium are being given to private management to handle, so that we will get the perfect environment to enjoy football. And I'm glad that all of us, when I say all of us, everybody enjoys sports, including myself and including people who have traveled outside, see that when it comes to football, it is not about just people playing, but there's an entertainment aspect, there's a conducive aspect, there's a good environment for people to enjoy. Because people leave their families, or they bring their families to the stadium to even buy a family tribunes and all that at outside stadium. Why can't we do that here? It's because our stadiums are not in perfect shape. So why must I go and pay, let's say, 2,000 for season tickets, and I'll go and then the place is dirty, and I cannot stay in that environment.
Fair enough.
Enter the
Kofi.
So
Kofi.
I agree with everybody that stadiums should be given to private management.
Fair enough.
If it is PPP,
Fair enough.
It is best for all of us.
Fair enough, Kofi. Thank you very much. You mentioned that you are into mining now. I hope it's not Galamsey because...
No offense, I'm a professional mining engineer.
No problem.
Engineers and planners, so it's not Galamsey.
All right, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
You got a new job. Kofi Edu is a brands and marketing manager for Mediama Sporting Club. He's part of the people that overthrew the NSA. He's part of the people that overthrew the NSA. Interesting thought. So Kofi basically summed up what Sicho was saying. The whole idea of putting every sporting facility in the hands of the NSA doesn't seem to be effective, as we've seen. And if it will have to even get to the point where AMA should be responsible for managing Accra Sports Stadium and KMA for Baba Yara, and so be it. The local... They
don't have the capacity to.
What capacity do you need?
So, for example, everything he said is everything. Why are you pretending you don't know the story? Whenever we go to TNA, you have basically one or two people managing the entire facility.
You mean the NSA doesn't have the capacity to?
No. He means they don't.
No, it came out as though you were saying the KMA
the
and the AMA won't have the capacity.
No.
So yes.
So in furtherance to the line we are all talking about, that expecting the NSA to manage every single state asset is unrealistic.
Yeah, we didn't know that's what you were saying. That's why everybody was confused.
That's why. But the two terms that the parliamentary MPs are building, the NSA they don't want managing it.
No.
Why?
So
I don't know state properties as well, or that one only know the inside.
It's the communities.
Yeah.
It's the communities that are managing it.
Yeah.
So for that one, what I do know about that one is that when they go to build the AstroTurf, what they do is that they give it to the community. So the people who come to build the facility are asked to train people within the communities to be able to manage it. So that's how the AstroTurfs are.
But the TNA 2 was built for the community.
Look, and so that's why I asked the question about the centralization.
It's about time in this country we start using works to judge competence.
Yeah.
Not paperwork.
Right.
Look, incompetence, it breeds mistrust too.
It does.
If you are incompetent for a long time, nobody will trust that you can do the work.
That's right.
How many facilities should we sit and watch rot under the care of the NSA before we start changing our minds as to how we should manage state property? Look, this thing doesn't make sense. I would understand anybody who would want to put his foot down to demand that we start changing our minds as to how we start managing these things, because it's just not working. It's not working.
All right.
And it's
true.
No.
And in fact, with Ronaldo angry, he should just say that if you know if you do that.
Look, to be frank, if we were really serious about sports in this country, we shouldn't even be having this conversation in the studio.
I know.
We shouldn't be having. You sack how many in the past 7 years? They've sacked 3 or 4 NSA. Five.
Joe Penge.
And have you seen anything happening? Have you seen any change happening? We are still not seeing any change.
No, before
forget the names.
Another one.
Forget the names. We don't care about the people who
another Mensa.
See,
you.
The point is that you've sacked. Nothing is happening. because the people who actually do the work are not being well equipped to do the work.
Yeah.
It's not about sacking the person who is sitting at the top. That thing's all settings and gimmicks. And we know
somebody
They should
vexed,
stop
so he
that
sack
thing.
somebody. What's
That's
then?
all.
Then what
Like,
will
they should
change?
stop that thing. Look, if they are serious about sport, if we are really serious about sport, the TNA, are you seriously telling me that we've sat down there, we've watched Accra, we've reached a stage where Ghana doesn't have a single standard facility to host the CAF Category C game, which is an embarrassment. Then this football stadium, it's not even a sports facility. This football stadium, that one too, you want to fresh one, $16 million. It's like we don't understand how much the cost of these things are. $16 million. After 2 months of commissioning, the thing is already starting to deteriorate. Under the same people who have managed and overseen the poor state of our various stadia, you are giving it to them to continue managing. So the 10 multi-purpose thing, if they had finished that one to do, give it to NSA.
Yes.
What is that?
Yes.
When something is working, when something is not working, can't you see that the thing is not? Parable of the talents. They gave 10, they gave 5, 2, and then 1. The 5 went to get 10. The 4 went to get 8. The one who sat on it, they didn't give him more. It is principle. You don't continue giving something to somebody when the person has shown you that the person is incompetent. You don't do that. So stop it.
Fair enough. Muftau, they said that after they sacked the NSA boss, right now they've closed 3 stadia. They are working feverishly to put them in place for CAF to come and inspect and approve for Ghana versus Sudan on October 10. What's the latest you've picked on that? Last week you said that there were people working at Cape Coast. Yeah. We've seen videos from there. What's happening at Accra and Kumasi since they've closed them down?
In fact, Accra, I'm not going to close on mind. Accra doesn't appear to be an area that they are even convinced CAF would approve. It is. I know yesterday.
What are they doing there? Are they doing something there?
Frank Boahin is there. Frank Boahin is at the grass.
Frank Boahin.
Yes.
He's planting the grass. Frank
Boahin is the one working on the Accra Sports Stadium and
the pitch.
Yes.
Who is working on the bathrooms? Or that one we should close our eyes.
So
actually, the people who were paid the 85 million.
Oh God, relax. Like this, plenty of questions you're asking me. So we just should answer first.
So who is working?
Okay,
where?
so no, it's the main thing they are working on is on the pitch right now. They say for the washrooms and other things.
They'll close them on the match day, isn't it?
That one is no, Abba.
But they did it.
They've done it already.
Oh, they did it for a category 2 match.
It doesn't matter why the people who are watching, they are not human beings. You close bathrooms.
Close bathroom for category 2. But
yes.
Category 3, no, it's
so
a different breed of
the Samatex supporters, if they feel pressure to pee in those 90 minutes they went to watch that game last week Sunday, they should pee by the tennis court or pee in the stands. But if it is Black Stars supporters there, who are the same Samatex people, by the way, if you go by because it's Black Stars, madam, they open the smelly bathrooms for you.
So let me give you the update. You asked for an update, and now you're the one
that one was category, as if it was okay.
No, it was. It was.
It's like today, the thing that happened on my way to work. Some soldier was parked by the roadside riding big motorbike. So I swerved him, and then to my left, some Okada guy too was coming. I almost hit him, and I saw the guy apologize for the quick turn, but it wasn't my fault. The soldier was parked on the right, so I rolled down. I apologized. Said, "Cham, I'm sorry." But it's the soldier man who wasn't parked well. His question was, "Is the soldier man more important than me?"
That's a very good question.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
It's a fair question.
It's a very fair question. So
then, I realized that I cannot dodge a soldier man and go and knock Okada because neither is more important. Right now, we are all hot.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just give you the update that you want. I know the board chairman and the deputy NSA boss were in Cape Coast yesterday. They went to take a look at work being done so far. In fact, CAF gave the GFA a deadline of, was it September 19, which was yesterday. The GFA has not responded to it, per the information available to me. The FA is pushing to have the game played in Ghana, and they are convinced that they'll be able to get the game played in Ghana. So one of the areas they've looked at is the Cape Coast Sports Stadium, where they believe that they'll be able to convince CAF to approve that. But convincing CAF is not just about the green surface. It needs to be a level playing field. CAF says that it should be a level playing field and smooth, not a green surface and bumpy. So they are working on the pitch. They believe that it will be ready when CAF comes to Ghana. The FA themselves are actually convinced, but many of us would recall that CAF actually decided not to approve the Cape Coast Sports Stadium for any event since March 2021, if my memory serves me right. Was it March 2020? Yeah.
No, it was just before
March,
the
yeah,
game
March
against-
2022. Yes, March 2022. CAF decided that that facility was now
right after the Independence Day celebration. So.
CAF said CAF just outruled that facility, but now they want to get the officials back to come and inspect it and then maybe approve it. That's why the NSA board chairman and his the deputy director of the National Sports Authority,
who is now acting.
No, the NSA board chairman is the one acting.
Is the one acting?
Yeah, he's the one acting. He's the one directed by the president to act as the head of the National Sports Authority. So that's just by way of update. For the Accra Sports Stadium, they are not looking at it at all. Their eyes are now on Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
But
okay, fair enough. So you are saying, if I get you,
Achu has a question.
No, I know. I'm going to Achu next. But you said that the NSA board chairman is in Cape Coast alongside the deputy director general of the NSA.
Yeah.
Do you mean this man?
Are they suggesting that the Angolans were playing in the sky? My brother, they are all footballers. That.
Okay, is that him?
Is
that his voice?
That's Majid Bawa.
Okay, so he's the one inspecting.
No, it's very good.
They are going to waste taxpayers.
You know, he's the one inspecting the pitches.
Yes.
Oh, no, okay, so
alongside the board chair.
They went there to have a look at the place.
If he's the one, is he the one?
Is he a pitch expert? He went to see the work being done.
Are you?
I don't know.
Did you hear the question? Is he the one you are talking about?
Just give me
And I
1
said
minute.
yes.
No.
End of story.
Maybe Muftar didn't hear well. Maybe you didn't hear well.
My brother, they are all footballers. Those they assemble to play against the Black Star are professionals. We assemble our professionals. They all play on the same pitch. Yesterday they were here. The Angolans were here. They trained between 4 and 5. They were here. The Black Stars.
Okay, that's okay. I have a question. I have a question for you.
Are they suggesting that the Angolans were playing in the sky?
Huh? I should answer the question.
They are going to waste taxpayers' money. See, the fraudulent images they are posting about and the videos they are posting. These people, they don't know.
Because a sprinkler is working, we should celebrate.
You see, these people, they don't know the job.
Okay.
It was Asante Fukuo who went and recorded that. And in fact, the NSA have called him and told him never to pick any other thing at the place.
Asante Fukuo is a media officer in Cape
We
Coast,
thank him for showing us.
So the point is that it's not the NSA that released it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You see, it's not the we thank him for showing us what they are doing. The CAF requirements. It is not about the lush greenness of the pitch.
It's like they've not read it.
The playing surface is full of weeds. You think that just by pouring more water on weeds, it will magically turn into grass or what? And that the hardness or the softness of the soil will automatically be fixed just by pouring more water on it, like just every day. Go to Pram Pram. Go after over 250 US dollars. The Pram Pram surface is still
and 6 boreholes. And 6 boreholes.
We see, friend. The simple and short is that you have incompetent politicians in office who are being bullied around by more powerful politicians. Because I'm sure if you leave the NSA alone, people like Kwame Ampofi will recommend that this Frank Boahene, Greengrass Technology, he can't help us. They are just wasting our money. They cannot give us a quality pitch, and so pay top dollar and
what do you mean?
Someone.
Frank Boahene doesn't have a reputation.
8 years, he's not been able to produce one FIFA standard pitch.
Every time. No, Muftar, hold. Sorry, actually, hold on.
In fact, more than 8 years.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean? What you put in is what you get out.
Friends.
Do you know how much resources they have given him in that period to work on pitches?
And I'm telling you that if you hire any of the proper pitch management agencies in the world, they won't take that job. They will tell you that what you are going to give me to do this job will not be enough, so I won't do it. But the Ghana man,
if they give him skirmishes money, he also do skirmishes money.
No.
So I'm telling you,
don't give him an excuse.
I'm telling you
if
that
he has agreed to work with the budget, we assume that you can do a good job. You can't go and do a bad job and tell us that.
We expect you to do a
No,
good
yes,
job.
yes, because you agreed.
And do a shoddy job.
Don't give me that
So
excuse.
you're
That's why.
saying that he has his own reputation to protect.
So that has been his reputation in the last 8 years. That he's a bad pitch doer or bad pitch expert or bad pitch maker.
He's part of the process that has
Pitch maker.
He's part of the process that, because I'm saying that if you leave the NSA alone, at least you see, it's not everybody there that's incompetent too. You will have at least a few people who will be able to cut through the nonsense and tell them we're doing this the wrong way. Unfortunately, even those ones will be bullied by the party in government because the Cape Coast Stadium is no longer fit for purpose, because even after the NSA insisted that some members, insisted that the facility will not be in the good shape after we leave it out for the Independence Day celebrations. Peter Chumesi and his other people who did not want to disappoint the party said that, let's do it after that, we'll restore. He went on a one-man radio campaign. What did he now say to Joy FM and those who called him?
When CAF banned the facility, he said CAF was lying. It is not true.
And he had Robert Mensah Duncan. Look, all of these skirmishes, me, I've told you, the only way you get this sanction reversed is if you go and bribe CAF. The regulations did not change.
So you're saying that we should stop bothering.
Stop wasting your time.
They've closed down 3 like
yes.
Accra.
Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast.
But Cape Coast has been closed down already. Or using it.
No, but you see, the thing is,
but it's official.
It was it wasn't closed down. It
but
was just not an option for but yes. Other people were still using it. Now nobody can use it.
This is the problem I have, friends. Just a minute. We had an entire off season. You see, when you have
which lasted 2.5 months.
When you have leaders,
in fact,
who have no plan or whatsoever.
Hang on, let him finish.
No, when a letter was sent to the NSA, they mentioned that the Ghana Premier League took a break for 3 months. How come we still have the
Fair
state?
enough.
Yeah, we had an off season. Look, this issue, and that's why
it's wickedness.
Ketinho and Co, they have their own problems. The job no problem. But you see, sometimes I cut them some slack. The FA I cut them some slack. Look, they had an entire off season. If the people in power cared about the youth and sports, that off season would have been the period. You see, even if it's not for Black Star games, for the league.
Yes.
For the league, like, forget that the Black Stars won't play any game. Like, there's nothing to do with the Black Stars, won't do anything. That facility still needed some works so that the league would resume. We had an off season. You did nothing until there was a CAF letter that you can't play any game in Ghana. Then all of a sudden, you know that you have to close down these facilities when then the league has already started. Right now, House will have to find a new place.
They've gone to Legon.
Legon.
They've gone to
Obuasi. Accra Lions. Look, if I'm a fan of the Ghana Premier League, you can't inconvenience me like this.
Yes, that's true.
You can't change my whole life routine because you've been incompetent and you've not been able to plan ahead. Charlie, what kind of
they
mess?
Had 2.5 months to
have
done this.
And the ministry actually pointed it out. The ministry pointed out that the season took a break for 3 months.
All right.
But my friend, just a quick one.
A quick one on
the
Petro.
pitch management consultant for the ministry.
So which ministry pointed what out?
They pointed it to the NSA that
after what time?
That the league went on a break for 3 months.
Blame games.
So
blame games.
The pitch consultant
pointed out to who?
It was the chief director who wrote a letter to
Has
the
he been
NSA
asleep
and
the whole
told
time?
Have you heard?
Don't waste our time. Has he been asleep the whole time?
Government is blaming government.
So just a quick one.
Sports ministry is blaming sports ministry.
No, Mufta, stop. Don't continue. Don't continue.
No, I'm starting a quick example of something.
Okay, Mufta, what's the issue?
Example is that Frank Boahin is the pitch management consultant of the ministry and the NSA. Yes. So what has he been advising them? That's my question.
To put money into the pitch. Maybe they're not putting money. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. This is your messages are welcome. 055 1111997 055 1111997. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. Hits 103.9 FM. We've still got a lot parts of the interview with Michael Essien. We'll play it to you, and of course. We will also be talking about the UEFA Champions League and the big games coming up this weekend. But let me tell you about our big sponsors, Petrosol. They're telling you every drop matters, just as every penny counts. Good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs. So, Therefore, take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. So look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol Platinum Energy Fuel Station for your clean, accurate quantity fuel suitable for new technology vehicles. So be a happy customer, fill with smiles, drive more miles, and save some money. Petrosol, your clean quality fuel in full quantity. Joy Sports Invitational, I told you we are bringing corporate bodies together for 1 day of amazing sporting competition, basketball shooting, CEO penalty kicks, women's penalty shootout, men's football, 50-meter dash, lime and spoon, mixed relay, Scrabble, volleyball, so much more. It's on October 26th. So call to register your company. The number to call is
054-9126-905. You mentioned it. No, I already had some calls.
Once again,
I've had calls already.
Mention the number again.
054-9126-905.
That's right. Call that number for how to register your company for this very special competition. It's on Saturday, October 26th. All right. So register. Let's have some fun. Let me also tell you about Electromart. Okay, your number one multi-brand retail outlet in Ghana is offering great products with the best quality at the most affordable prices. And the offers include mobile phones, LED TVs, air conditioners, fridges, freezers, washing machines, gas cookers, and all of them are from trusted brands like LG, Samsung, Panasonic, Sony, Philips, Orient, Infinix, Tecno, Xiaomi, and many more. Get up to 50% discounts plus free gifts from Electromart with great deals on Panasonic, Sony, and LG TVs. Okay, so you can get amazing student bundles starting from 4,999 Ghana cedis. These items include Brom 12 8-liter refrigerator, 5-blade standing fan, rice cooker, and steam iron, so much more. We also have special bundle for students with LED TVs and more options. You can buy mobile phone and get free LED TV, headphones, Bluetooth speaker, and many more free accessories. You can buy a laptop and get a free phone. Offers are available on HP and Lenovo. You can rush now to all Electromart showrooms while offers and stocks last. Okay, you can call them on 055 2777 905 055 2777 905 or visit our new website electromart.com.gh to order online or our social media handles for how you can order. Electromart, your world of electronics. And if you're going to school, trust Chalkbox to do all your deliveries for you. If you're a parent, family member, you're too busy, there's an easy-to-use online platform available on Android and iOS. That is designed for your convenience. With Chalkbox, you can buy books and provisions, take advantage of quick buy with prepacked packages, and then send thoughtful birthday packages, all delivered directly to your ward school. Plus, our new durable plastic chalk boxes have specially designed to fight against bed bugs and mold. So say goodbye to wooden boxes and switch to plastic. You can visit chalkboxonline.com or download the Chalkbox app now and start transacting. For customer support, you can call or WhatsApp 0530 474 694 0530 474 694. Chalkbox, a convenient service for students nationwide. Convenient wholesale available for business, events, restaurants, bars, and even households as well. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. I've got your messages on 055 1111 997. We will take a very short break. When we come back, we will zoom straight into UEFA Champions League conversations. Some bits of a very exclusive Michael Essien interview, and I look ahead to this weekend's games in the Premier League. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
For too long, Ghanaians have been let down by empty promises and failed leadership. But now, a new dawn is rising in our beloved country. A sweeping change led by the visionary Nana Kwame Bediako, the leader of a new force movement. Nana Kwame Bediako will embark on an unprecedented tour of all 276 constituencies across Ghana. He's bringing hope, economic freedom, and to put power back where it belongs, with you, the people. Be part of this historic revolution that will shape the destiny of our nation. Join the New Force movement now and let's build a nation of our dreams. For more information, call 0531 100081. That's 0531 100081. New Force movement. Enidaswa Ba.
when budgets are tight and money difficult to come by. You want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest corporate sporting event in Ghana, the mother of them all, the biggest of them all, is back.
It's back?
Oh yeah, it's back. So you better get yourselves ready for this big corporate sporting spectacle on Saturday, October 26, 2024.
You girls are going down. I'm telling you, my male colleagues are strong. We are winning hands down.
Okay. All right, you know what to do. Just get yourselves ready and start training now, because the big day is coming. Big bragging rights are waiting to be taken over. It's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, reintroduced, rehushed, and coming back with big explosion and big energy. To register your corporate institution, call 0540-106-466. Here in Accra, the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament coming to you on Saturday, October 26, 2024 at the University of Ghana Stadium from 9 a.m. sharp. Oh yes, the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament is back.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Were playing in the sky. My brother, they are all footballers. Those they assemble to play against the Black Star are professionals. We assemble our professionals. They all play on the same pitch. Yesterday they were here. The Angolans were here. They trained.
Fair enough. This is 99.7 Joy FM. Welcome back. This is Game Plan on 103.9 Hits FM as well. The show is proudly brought to you by Petrosol. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. If you're buying fuel, make sure you're buying Petrosol, okay? No other fuel is acceptable, only Petrosol, all right? Let me remind you to get ready for an unforgettable experience as the National Theatre of Ghana presents the Ghana Theatre Festival 2024 in honor of Afua Sutherland. You can catch 4 mind-blowing performances starting with Agro, a medley of children's plays directed by Elizabeth Sutherland on September 25 at midday and 6 p.m. Then Foriwa is also produced by Bibi Groma from the School of Performing Arts on Friday, September 27 at 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Then The Marriage of Anansewa, is produced by April Communications, Waja and his people, George Quay and his people, in partnership with Image Bureau and the National Theatre on Saturday, September 28th at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Then Edufa is produced by Fifi Coleman Productions, and that's crowning it all on Sunday, September 29th at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. It's crazy. I've read every single one of these plays. Tickets is only 50 Ghana cedis for Agro, and then there's 100 Ghana cedis for the 6 p.m. show. All other plays is 150 Ghana cedis. Okay, all other plays 150 cedis. Agro, the midday show is 50 cedis, and then the 6 p.m. show is 100 cedis. All other shows is 150 Ghana cedis. Go to imagebureaugh.com or dial star 714 star 46 hash. Star 714 star 46 hash for your ticket. For more information, you can call 055 1313134. 055 134. Don't miss this epic celebration of Ghanaian theatre history. And there's a peace dialogue coming up as well. Your voice matters in sustaining peace as a country prepares for the December 7 polls. So join Joy News, Catholic Relief Services, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the National Peace Council as we host a national dialogue on sustaining peace beyond election 2024, the role of the Ghanaian citizen. It's on Saturday, 21st September. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's live on Joy News and on Joy 99.7 FM. It's also live on myjoyonline.com and all our social media handles. On the panel, our chairman of the National Peace Council, Reverend Dr. NSA Dujemfi, chairperson of the National Commission of Civic Education, Madam Kathleen Adi, security consultant in risk assessment and analysis, Professor Kwesi Aining, and regional coordinator for research and capacity building at the West African, at WANEP, I beg your pardon, Dr. Festus Kwesi Obeng. Tune in, engage, and let's choose Peace GH together. The National Dialogue on Sustaining Peace Beyond Election 2024 is brought to you with funding from the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs under the Prevention of the Violent Extremism through Social Accountability Project. The hashtag is Choose Peace GH. All right, I've got your messages here. 055 1111 997. This one says, my name is Four Legs. The jokes in Ghana is way too much. It's very laughable the president and his appointees still live in the illusion of the fast food sports approach. And foul. This will end up adding up to the many financial losses to the state. All right, thank you, Four Legs, for your message. This message says, can we also advise supporters to be neat enough to keep the washrooms clean? Abna Speed from As for fun with that message, Abna has a point. When you go to the stadium, be responsible, okay, and use the washrooms better. It has to be clean. Yes. What is the rule? The rule always says that
Clean up after yourself.
Yes, or leave it the way you found it. The problem with that rule is that when you go to the grass sports stadium, the way you will meet it, no. If you leave it after that, it's.
I was just discussing with the boys. You see, it is the culture of the way we maintain those places. We get people to clean it before games and after games.
And
it won't work. You need people to constantly clean it
That's
throughout the day.
That's how it works.
Even VIP station, Linda Door.
Yes.
They clean it constantly.
Yes.
Those days, if I did bad side to go
The
there.
cleaners are always there.
Charlie, you they pee it, they clean.
Yes. No, that's true.
Constant.
Yeah.
So the place is always fresh. They're using correct detergents.
Yes.
The place be
That's how it
comfortable.
should be. Especially on match day.
Yeah. On match day, when I was running commentary, on match day, when you get to the stadium, the game is like 3 o'clock. I get to the stadium like 12 to prepare. By 1 o'clock, the place is done. Nobody can enter the place by 1 because those who come early, they come and destroy the place.
Yes.
So all those who come to come and
early
enjoy,
destroyers.
they will destroy everything.
Right.
Those who come at 3 o'clock come and watch the game, they forget.
Yes, Christo. People should be resigning and jailed for their incompetence. In fact, for chop lashes. Kofi from airport sent us that message. You can't just be lashing people, can you? Good afternoon, guys. Let's understand that Ghanaians have experienced a failed MPP government led by Nanado and Baumia. No wonder we are having a National Cathedral Swimming Pool 2024. Lazy government. Let's put them out. Abochi Philip from Keta. Abochi, are you sure you are not a full soldier? Interesting message. Good afternoon, guys. Isaac James sent us this message. Another blunder of incompetence and conflict of interest is happening at the UG Stadium, where it's being handed over to the immediate passport director, Dr. Bello, really to manage. And I bet you by a year from now, the facility will be worse than the others if we do nothing about it. That's a wild allegation.
What do you say?
It says Dr. Bello, who has retired and is no longer UG Sports Director, has been handed the facility to manage. That's his allegation.
By who?
By the university.
As what?
As a manager. So he's the NSA of the university.
Thanks. You know.
No, that's what someone is saying.
Thanks, you know,
I haven't been able to verify. Muftar, do you know anything about
the
this?
NSA needs to clarify this.
I've personally met Dr. Bello in his new office.
His new office as well?
At the University of Ghana Stadium.
Hold on.
He's a venue manager.
Okay.
He's the one managing the facility.
So the person's message is not entirely wrong.
Wait, no, he's not entirely wrong.
Muftau, the other day, so I will repeat the question I asked you in the newsroom that you were dancing around. We know he's retired from public service.
Yes.
So has he been given a contract?
No,
or he's a consultant?
No idea.
Interesting. All right.
We don't know the terms of engagement, but we know he's there.
Yeah, he just knows he's there. That's the point. Wait, hold. So,
so for example,
let's backtrack. No, backtrack.
Yes.
Backtrack.
Okay, Sticho, where you were doing the program? Where you were doing the African Games programs?
My studio.
Your studio. You know, if you walked, they go the International Broadcasting Center. No, They just put some small office before the room there.
No. Let's backtrack a bit. I'm trying to. So you are telling me right now
Yes.
that if I want to use the University of Ghana Stadium
Yes.
for any event
Yes.
or for a football match or
Yes.
fan games, corporate games, we will have to go and see Dr. Bello.
Dr. Bello.
His office is in charge.
He has
of that, right?
Yes.
So we'll pay the money to him.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I have personally engaged him, but he also has other people. I remember when I engaged him.
Neither here nor there.
He won't be alone, but you see the
But we know he can't be alone. But I'm saying that he's in charge.
He's in charge.
Okay,
yes.
fair.
He's
That's
in charge.
you've confirmed that. All right.
The person that started last week, the whole issue of people having to gather outside the designated press center for the post-match conference was because, presumably or reportedly, he had gone to lock up the conference center.
So the university. Okay, so this is the university's own decision. Interesting. We'll see what becomes of it. I don't know about his stadium management.
But actually, one interesting thing that actually happened was that the other facilities, so if
in the university,
if you want to use those ones, go and engage the university. But if you want to use the stadium, come to Dr. Bello.
That's an interesting arrangement. Managers of the country. This is a message. It says, Fenton and team. Managers of the country, Ghana, do not have the affairs of the state at heart. All the directors, CEOs, ministers, MPs, and presidents that have spilled over into sports management as well. All right. Until there is a drastic force for change, it will always be business as usual. This is a message from KN. Kweku Nkrumah. I almost thought it was Kwesi Nyantachi. All right. Guys, let's come back to the studio and have a quick conversation on the Champions League. Interesting games over the week. Pick of the lot. Brief thoughts on them. The new format. Did you see any effect? No more home and away, group stage, what have you. Did that affect in any way the level of the competition, the excitement around it? Sicho, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it affected it. Kind of looked like a preseason time, honestly, really, because you know there are 8 games, and when these two teams have met, there's no return fixture in a group. They're just building points. So even though we had some big names or big teams playing, we didn't get a real sense of what was at stake, at least at this time. But we know that as the competition goes on, in the 6th game, 5th, 7th game, last game, when you need points to get into the top 8, when you need points to get into the playoffs, then the feeling would change. But for now, in the first week, it felt like
very peripheral.
Yeah, it didn't really have the oomph about it.
You disagree, right?
Because everything we saw was everything we saw from last season and the previous seasons.
Which has been boring.
Real Madrid will start slowly in the Champions League. Barcelona have become an.
No, but hang on. The Champions League group stage format in the last 4 years has been boring until the last couple of games. So what I'm saying is, it didn't. It was the same feeling.
Look,
boring starts, almost like preseason. No excitement.
Let's just give it a chance. It looks like a lot of us have. Change is difficult for a lot of us. I enjoyed the Atlanta Arsenal game very much.
Obviously,
the only thing it didn't have was. I'm just saying that a lot of the things we're picking as the products or the byproducts of this whole questionable format are things that existed in the old quote and unquote exciting format anyway.
Me, my own is I want to see City go to San Siro and face Inter.
Yes,
that's what I want to see. The
see
way Arsenal played at Bergamo, I want to see how Atalanta will.
Yeah, you will see it. You will see it
when there's a change. When there's a change, it takes time to adapt.
It takes time, but I think I do get Sicho's point slightly. You know, the thing about even also the group stages and the back and forth home and away is there's a certain level of rivalry. If I come your home, you score me.
Yeah.
The return leg, Charlie.
It's the
now if I just play you, we finish.
And it's the immediate knock-on effect of the other game. If it was in the group, I'm not saying I like this format, but if it was in the group stage, and you have drawn a game and the weaker opponent has won a game on the first week, is that knock-on effects early on that really creates the excitement? And this is not there. But like I said, in the 5th, 6th, 7th game, the dynamics will really change.
All right. We spoke to Michael Essien from his base in Denmark, where he's working as an individual player coach for FC Nordsjælland. That interview is airing tomorrow as well. Part of it aired this morning, but the full interview will air tomorrow, 6 p.m. on the Joy Prime channel, 6 p.m. And then at 7:30, it will air on the Joy News channel as well. So if you missed it, don't worry. It will air again tomorrow evening. Make time. You have a lot of time. 6 p.m. Joy Prime. It will air there. And at 7:30, it will air on Joy News as well. But here are parts of the interview that aired this morning. he spoke about his national team career and whether he holds any grudges given the number of injuries that he suffered while playing for the national team. And this is what he said.
My first injury was playing for the Black Stars.
The Libya game?
Yeah, when I damaged my knee badly. But, I mean, it happens. I mean, that's why we play football. Yeah, I mean, if there's no injuries, then the others will not, have the opportunity to also. It's part of it. It happens. And of course, I had most of my bad injuries will happen when I was playing for the Black Stars. But who cares? It happened. I don't hold any. I don't any grudges or any. It was just unlucky. Just unlucky, and injuries are part of the game. So we just have to deal with it. And, and I have no regret. I think I had quite a decent career. Yeah. So I always look into the positive side of every situation. So
that's essential. So no whining, no complaining. The country doesn't owe him because he got injured playing for the national team. Unlike some of the conversations we've had in the recent past, he just carry on with it. Now, Essien also rejected the chance to be Otto Addo's assistant coach. Okay, Otto reached out to him. He says he's not ready to come and be assistant coach in Ghana. Huh?
Before he reached out to Pinto.
Before
you reached out to John Pinto.
Oh yes, Muftau has said this before.
I just want to.
Yeah.
So this was second.
It was part of the exclusive Joy Sports drop.
So I asked him why he doesn't want to become a head coach or a coach at all. He says he just loves the individual player development thing he's doing. And this is his reason for why he doesn't want to become a head coach.
There's a pro. The pro is the last one, but actually the pro is more about leadership. I think more it's not much to do in like planning sessions. So maybe for now no, but maybe at some point I will just do it, and for the experience and see. So let's see, but for now I don't want to. I'm not thinking about being a head coach. It's too stressful.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. You enjoy doing what you're doing now more than being the.
Yeah, more than being the main man, and with all this media and camera in your face, it's definitely not me. So.
I mean,
but you never know. Maybe at some point. But
yeah,
for now,
I love it. I think if that point comes, I think you would have been ready.
So for now, he doesn't want anybody to come and be disturbing him with coaching. The cameras on his face and all the questions. Doesn't like Muftau and Chu and people asking him all kinds of nonsense questions. He says he doesn't want that for now. And the beginning, he was talking about his pro license. He has an A license now. He said he will do. Maybe at some point he will do the pro, but for now he's not even thinking about doing the pro because he's not thinking about being a coach. But maybe sometime in the future. But guys, there's that full interview, like I indicated, it will also be available on the Join Us YouTube channel, so you can watch it there. It's 1 hour conversation, the most relaxed you've ever seen Michael Essien. So go and enjoy that. Quick thoughts on the big games. Sorry.
You spoiled it. You do the interview.
Yeah.
Of all the Asian interviews, he'll give you straight shots, straight to the point answer.
He can be a bit boring.
A bit. Always very boring. But you.
Are you the only one who has got Asian to? Are you the only person?
Oh, he's the only person.
Have I said I'm?
That's some people too have done it.
But make an ask question.
Somebody tell them.
When was the last time? When was the last time?
I've seen
bad boy.
Boga. Hey,
he's okay. Move on.
I pray nobody else question what Chicho was doing.
I know what Chicho is doing. Don't mind him.
He has finished doing it.
He has finished. Danny K, Man City versus Arsenal. Big game this weekend. Last week, we all did not expect Arsenal to go and win the way they did against Spurs, but they did it. They've gone into midweek in the Champions League. They didn't win. But this game, has it come a little too early in the season, or this is the right time to face them? Because it looks like these two teams are the ones going head-to-head again this year.
Under 1.5.
There's not going to be a lot of goals.
No, at all. Arsenal are already 2 points behind City.
Mm-hmm.
They are they know what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go 5 points behind them if you are too adventurous in a game like this, and it's too early in the season to be 5 points behind. Man City themselves will also not want Arsenal to get on top of them. That is 1 point. Look, the Premier League is now based on very fine margins, so especially when you are facing each other, you would be as cautious as possible. And we saw it last season. There was one goal over the 2 games that they played, 180 minutes that they played. There was only 1 goal that was scored, and that was Martinelli's goal in the first leg at the Emirates. And both games were very, very conservative, and I think it will follow suit in this weekend's game. But if anybody would get a goal in that game, I think Arsenal have the edge.
Interesting. Sicho, quick prediction?
Yeah, I think City are going to win. Arsenal. Thomas Partey doesn't look like a player who can play 4 games in 2 weeks. We saw him play 2 games, 90 minutes for Ghana in 1 week. Because Mikel Merino is not there and because Declan Rice had his red card, Partey had to play the entire game against Spurs.
Yeah.
And then he was starting in midweek. We saw his legs gone. They would have to start Partey again in this game. He will play in this game. I think a lot of what they do in midfield depends on him. And if they can't manage his game time, will affect them. There's no Odegaard. I think City have got Rodri starting. Foden is fit. Erling Haaland has started the season very well. I think City
Gundogan is there, an option.
Baby Gundogan is great, and so yeah.
I think Arsenal likely to win for Daneke. City likely to win for Sicho. Achu, draw.
No, I think City will win.
Fair enough.
The other thing that's guaranteed is that Arsenal will try to make the game look exactly like the performance against Atlanta.
Atlanta is Spurs, yeah. They'll defend, but
Complete
City will enter.
This time they don't have the elements to execute it.
All right. Thank you, Achu. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Sicho. Thank you, Muftar and Abdullah as well. That's our show for today. Game Plan was live on 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. My name is Fento Tahiru Fento. We're back again next Friday, same time. The show, of course, is partly brought to you by Petrosol. And we will be back. This show will be available as a podcast. You can watch it back on the Joy News YouTube channel. Until then, though, do take care of yourself and bye-bye. We appreciate your time.